Hi, g'day guys. This will be my second lesson in the 4-week sequel of how to hit a driver a little bit better. And obviously the biggest thing that we want to try is to try to get the angle of attack to shallow out a little bit more and try to teach you how to hit the driver more on the up. Last week I spoke about the setup. So once the setup is correct, what's very important is how to turn correctly to the top of the swing. If we turn correctly to the top of the swing, it will really allow my body to work correct on the way back down. If you have the correct setup, right, what I want you to focus on turning nicely onto your right side and actually getting your weight stored into this thigh and into your right glute over here. What you can see, the spine is tilted nicely behind the ball and the head is actually behind the golf ball. What this will allow me, if I'm in a good position here, will really allow me to fire the hips first. And once I can fire the hips first, okay, it will help me to shallow out the golf club, which will help me then, okay, to try to hit the driver a little bit more on the up. So again, just going to show you the turn. I've got the setup, turning nicely behind the golf ball. Okay, my weight is now nicely stored onto my right side. I've got good spine tilt, and this will really help me to try to hit the drive a little bit more on the up. Guys, so what I spoke about earlier on about how to turn correctly. So I've got shoal still on the left here, and I've drawn a couple of lines, on the knees, and you'll see when I take it to the top of the swing. Okay, you can see the head is slightly moved over to the right. You can see the left knee has driven a little bit across, and the right knee has even moved a little bit to the right as well. So this is telling me he's loaded nicely into this right leg. And what's so nice to see is you can see the tilt of the spine has maintained the same, and it's actually making a kind of straight line with the left thigh. So I've got one of my students on the right, which I just want to show you how he gets himself to the top of the swing. Okay, you can see so that the right hip has kind of popped up, and the right hips, the hips are kind of sitting now also a little down, but you can see how he gets his spine position and how that thigh position is getting now. So he's actually tilting over from the top half of his swing onto over to the left. You can actually see where the head has gone is over to the left as well. All right, from this position it's very difficult for the sequencing of the downswing to work correctly. So obviously from this position here, from Charles' position, it's very easy that the lower half can go first, and will really allow you to be able to shallow out that angle of attack. From this position here, it's very difficult for the lower half to fire first. Mostly the shoulders will fire first, so the upper half, because the pelvis are not stored in the lower half, and the angle of attack will mostly be down in this case, and will be steep, and it will be quite difficult then to hit the driver. From here I can now really drive the lower half, drive the legs and the hips first, and I can stay nicely behind it, so the center of my swing can stay nicely behind it, and that will really help me to get to shallow out the angle of attack. Alright, so next week will be the third lesson on how to hit the driver better. I'll start talking about more about the downswing. Please have a look at it.